Hello, I'm PK Ewing. I'm the team leader for TakePointNow. TakePointNow is a group of veterans trying to inspire other veterans. Together we're everything and alone we're nothing. This is what characterized our military service. So if you're hurting, if you have mental or physical scars from your time in the service or from your time overseas, in combat, whatever it may be, remember your greatness and take back your life. That's what we're here to do. We're here to support and inspire you. You inspire us, and so we're going to return the favor. Join us on this journey. Go find yourself a team, be it your old buddies from your unit, or your family members, or just your neighbors. Go find a quest and go get it. I don't care if you're going to start a business, write a book, climb a mountain, run a marathon. I don't care what it is. Go do it. Go get it. It's your life. Take it back. Take point now. Thank you. This white jet ski is a Kawasaki STX 15F, all right? It is 160 horsepower, three-person jet ski. And the reason we take the tops off of both, or the seat covers off of both, is that this is not like a car engine. It's not ventilated. So if there's loose gas or fittings or what have you, gas evaporates very easily and it'll collect inside. Remember, this is an airtight, watertight hull. And the last thing you want is for fumes to build up in there. Then when you drop it in the water and you hit the ignition, you could have a fire. So the first thing you do with any jet ski and with any boat really is to ventilate the engine compartment. If it's been sitting for a while, or especially after you've just fueled it like we did, you want to ventilate the engine compartment so that you can get all the fumes out and you don't have a fire hazard. Now, as I said, 160 horsepower. We've tested it. It tops out at about 60 miles an hour indicated. It has a mile-per-hour gauge. Both do. The Yamaha, which is an FZS, it's larger, has 210 horsepower, it's supercharged. It's a new model. It has a nanocell hull, which is lighter than a conventional fiberglass hull, but it can use regular gasoline. It does not have to use high octane gasoline. You don't have to use premium in it, which saves on the cost because these things love fuel. And at 210 horsepower, I've tested this thing to a little over 70 miles per hour indicated, again on the miles per hour gauge. You can convert that to knots if you wish, but since most of us are familiar with miles per hour, that's why we use that. These things are very powerful, particularly the Yamaha. It has a great out-of-the-hole shot, which means it accelerates extremely quickly. When you lay on the throttle from a standstill, it literally does a wheelie, gets on the plane extremely quickly, and accelerates like it's being pushed by God. This one, the Kawasaki, also has a pretty strong hole shot, but it is a three-person jet ski and it's meant to tow a skier or a wakeboarder, so it has a lot of acceleration as well. It just doesn't quite have the punch that the racing jet ski does, but it's strong enough to keep up and it's strong enough to handle those deep waves out there. So they're both great pieces of gear. It's really a matter of personal preference at this point.
But on to the boring logistics part of it. We're leaving here, Gravelly Point. We're going to race down to Colonial Beach. At that point, we will swap riders. Myself and Pignone will swap. We'll grab a quick bite, stretch the limbs, and then race back here. The distance is about 64 miles, I believe. The last, if I remember right from the maps. Talking about 64 miles. You can see the water right now is just glassy smooth out there, so we're thinking we're going to be able to keep a pretty good pace. So we'll get some more information on fuel consumption and navigation. Hitting our mark. Last time they went down, a little unclear of where the actual marina was, so we've already been there once, so we should be able to shoot right for it. We were also unclear the fuel lights were coming on, so they were unclear on if they had enough fuel, so they kind of hugged the shore a little bit. So now we know we can make it no problems, so we're just going to blast down there and blast back.
Hey everyone, John John Pignoni from TakePointNow. We're on our way to the Lincoln Memorial. The group is called Push-Ups for Charity. What they're doing is they're raising awareness for another national nonprofit called the Boot Campaign. What the Boot Campaign does is it raises money specifically for veterans that may need assistance in housing, education, family assistance, urgent care, things of that sort. So we're going to go down there and we're going to see if we can knock out a few push-ups and hopefully meet some cool people and raise awareness for a worthy cause.
Yo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, and 30. 9 and 50.
So after this round, guys, we're talking.
Awesome. 66. I'm not as lean and mean as I once was. 67. Still a Marine. Alright, so I managed to get about 76 push-ups. It was pretty good. However, my form was absolutely atrocious. But we did get to meet some really cool people doing really awesome things. A lot of vets were out there inspiring other veterans to do their very best on the mats. So it's a good morning for us. Got a lot more work to do, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Welcome, friends and followers of TakePointNow, to the 1988 Bayliner Avante, which is the newest piece of equipment to TakePointNow. This will act as our support boat in our endeavors to do long-distance jet ski riding. This boat is equipped with 2 inboard stern drive 350 engines. We're currently having some minor issues with that. Boaters will understand we've had some fuel issues. We've had some water in the fuel, and we're dealing with that right now. But the boat seems to be fantastic. We've got sleeping quarters for the entire crew. We figure if you're real friendly with people, we can get probably 9 people sleeping on this boat. We've got refrigerators, a full galley in there, refrigerator, cooking implements, stove and microwave. All the lights work, all the switches work. We've got some minor exterior electrical that we're going to work on, some navigation lights. But this is the newest member to the team, so stay tuned.
We were making up a lot of stuff as we went, and one of the things that we made up was what were the procedures for getting the truck ready for a mission. We did a few foot patrols, but a majority of our missions revolved around that truck, that Humvee. I keep calling it a truck because I think you might know what that means. But it's a Humvee, and everybody had their role to getting the truck loaded and then getting the truck out and moving. And I find myself feeling very similar in some of these operations. I'm seeing, PK is gathering gear, all of the supplies that he's purchased for this ride. It's all going into these gear bags so that it can be grabbed and thrown into the truck quick. There's no gathering of gear. It's grab these bags, grab the machine guns, and throw them in the truck. Everything that we need is in there.
I'm reminded that every time we go out on the jet ski, like putting on the gear, putting on all the protective gear, prepping the jet ski. It's so much like getting the vehicle ready, doing our loadout, topping it off with fuel, doing the mechanical checks, doing the function checks on the weapons, and just rehearsing. It just is, it's so like, it is really so like what it was like in combat. With the great exception that going out on a jet ski is a lot of fun and no one's shooting at you.
One of the great things about actually getting out on the water and doing these things is you get to practice, and when I say practice, I don't mean actually riding. It's all of the different things that are incorporated into taking the vehicles out to the launch, getting them in the water, putting them on the water, going out, bringing them back in, the whole thing. And that's kind of an orchestrated event. And practice is necessary for those things. So, you know, one of the things that we did last weekend was we really tried to iron out all of the different micro jobs that we had, you know, unstrapping this, unhooking that, getting this backed up into that. You know, it's the checklist. It's like the flight crew checklist that we kind of know. And those are the things that we're working on to kind of try and make it as smooth as possible so that we can become that well-oiled machine.
It was a really good mix, a small team, all right, everybody in their place, all right. You had, you know, your charismatic leader, you know, technical expert, you know, vehicle driver, you know, tactics, you know, everything all in one, everybody who was good at something and everyone contributing to bring together a whole that was just incredible.
This is a great way to do something extraordinary, and I'm really, really happy to be fortunate enough to be able to do this. So I hope that it inspires somebody else out there to jump on board and to take a journey with us. That's what I really want out of this.